6 Signs of a stupid person. Imagine a mirror that doesn't just reflect your face but reveals the essence of your character. What will you see? Each of us embarks on a journey to grow, to learn, and to uncover the best version of ourselves. But along this path, subtle habits can quietly hinder our progress, like clouds dimming the light within us. Today, we'll explore 6 behaviors that, if left unchecked, can hold us back. This isn't about judgment. It's about awareness, empowerment, and transformation. Stay with me as we uncover truths that can illuminate your path to wisdom, connection, and a more fulfilling life. Number 1. A closed mind is a self-imposed prison, one where the key to freedom lies within reach, yet the prisoner refuses to use it. This mindset arises from the unwillingness to consider new ideas, perspectives, or approaches, often rooted in fear, pride, or complacency. While it may appear to offer comfort and security, in truth it prevents personal growth, stagnates creativity, and fosters ignorance. To understand the harm caused by a closed mind, one must first recognize that learning and growth are the essence of human existence. The world is a vast and dynamic place, filled with diverse experiences, cultures, and knowledge. When a person chooses to shield themselves from this diversity, they effectively limit their own understanding of the world. Such individuals become trapped in a cycle of confirmation bias, seeking only information that aligns with their existing beliefs, while rejecting anything that challenges them. This refusal to engage with new ideas is particularly damaging in relationships, workplaces, and society as a whole. A close-minded individual often struggles to collaborate or empathize with others because they fail to acknowledge differing viewpoints. In conversations, they may dismiss alternative suggestions outright, assuming their perspective to be superior or absolute. Over time, this attitude isolates them, as others find it challenging to connect with someone so resistant to dialogue and compromise. Moreover, a closed mind hinders problem-solving. In life, challenges often require innovative solutions, answers that can only be found by stepping outside one's comfort zone and entertaining unfamiliar possibilities. A person unwilling to do so remains stuck, repeating the same ineffective patterns, blind to the wealth of options available outside their limited perspective. This rigidity is often born out of fear. Change and the unknown can be intimidating, and clinging to familiar beliefs feels safer than venturing into uncertainty. However, this fear-driven behavior comes at a significant cost. Growth, whether intellectual, emotional, or spiritual, requires the courage to challenge oneself. A closed mind resists this challenge, preferring the illusion of certainty over the transformative power of doubt. Another root cause of a closed mind is pride. When individuals equate admitting ignorance with weakness, they become unwilling to entertain the possibility that they might be wrong. They prioritize the preservation of their ego over the pursuit of truth, thereby forfeiting the opportunity to expand their understanding. In contrast, an open mind is not a sign of indecision or gullibility, but of strength and wisdom. It allows a person to evaluate new ideas critically, accepting those that align with reason and discarding those that do not. It is the foundation of adaptability, resilience, and lifelong learning. Ultimately, the choice between a closed and an open mind defines the trajectory of one's life. Those who remain closed off to new ideas confine themselves to a limited existence, missing out on the richness of human experience. By opening the mind, one unlocks the potential for growth, understanding, and fulfillment. The path to wisdom begins when we dare to question, explore, and embrace the unknown. Number 2. Constant blaming. The cycle of avoidance. Blaming others for one's failures is a subtle yet destructive habit that undermines personal growth and responsibility. It is an act of deflection, an attempt to shift the burden of accountability onto external factors, rather than facing the reality of one's own shortcomings. While it may provide momentary relief from guilt or discomfort, this behavior traps individuals in a cycle of avoidance, preventing them from learning, improving, or achieving their potential. Blame arises from an unwillingness to confront the truth about one's own role in a situation. When faced with failure or adversity, individuals who habitually blame others refuse to examine their own actions, decisions, or attitudes. Instead, they point to external circumstances, colleagues, family, society, or even fate, as the source of their problems. This mindset not only absolves them of responsibility, but also leaves them powerless to effect meaningful change. Without acknowledging their own contributions to a situation, they cannot identify the lessons it holds or take corrective action. This tendency to externalize fault can severely damage relationships. When someone consistently blames others, they create an environment of mistrust and resentment. Colleagues, friends, and loved ones grow weary of being scapegoated, leading to conflict and estrangement. Furthermore, chronic blaming erodes the blamer's credibility. Others perceive them as unwilling to take ownership of their actions, which can tarnish their reputation and limit opportunities for collaboration. Blame also stifles personal development. Every mistake or failure carries a lesson, a chance to grow stronger and wiser. By assigning fault to others, individuals forfeit this opportunity for self-improvement. For example, a failed project may reveal gaps in time management or communication skills. However, if one attributes the failure solely to external factors, such as an uncooperative team or poor market conditions, these areas of personal growth remain unaddressed. Over time, this neglect perpetuates the same patterns of failure, as the individual continues to make the same errors without realizing their role in them. Fear often fuels the habit of blame. The fear of failure, judgment, or inadequacy drives individuals to protect their self-image at all costs. Blame becomes a shield, deflecting criticism and masking vulnerabilities. However, this false sense of security is fleeting. The unresolved issues that blame seeks to hide remain, growing more entrenched with time. True strength lies in embracing accountability. When individuals acknowledge their role in a situation, they reclaim their agency. Accepting responsibility empowers them to identify mistakes, seek solutions, and implement changes. It also fosters resilience, as they learn to face challenges with honesty and adaptability, rather than avoidance. Furthermore, taking responsibility builds trust and respect in relationships. Others value and admire those who own their actions, even when mistakes are made. This openness paves the way for deeper connections, mutual understanding, and collaborative problems. Ultimately, constant blaming is a barrier to growth, understanding, and fulfillment. By rejecting the urge to deflect responsibility, individuals can break free from the cycle of avoidance, embrace accountability, and unlock their full potential for success and self-improvement. Number 3. Arrogance over humility, a hindrance to growth. Arrogance is a deceptive quality that often disguises itself as confidence, but is in reality a barrier to personal and intellectual growth. It stems from an exaggerated sense of self-importance and superiority, which blinds individuals to their limitations and prevents them from recognizing the value in others. While it may offer a fleeting sense of power or control, arrogance ultimately isolates, diminishes, and weakens those who embrace it. At the core of arrogance is the belief that one already knows all there is to know. This mindset creates a false sense of certainty, leading individuals to dismiss new ideas, perspectives, or constructive criticism. When someone assumes they are always right, they fail to engage in meaningful dialogue or consider alternate viewpoints. This rigid thinking not only limits their understanding of the world, but also stifles creativity, problem-solving, and innovation. Unsolicited feedback. It is vital that you recognize aspects of the world that make you stronger. Growth requires an open mind, but arrogance keeps it firmly closed. Arrogance also manifests in the way individuals interact with others. Those who view themselves as superior often dominate conversations, seeking to impose their views rather than exchange ideas. They may interrupt, dismiss, or belittle others, believing that their contributions are inherently more valuable. Over time, this behavior erodes relationships, as people grow weary of being undervalued or unheard. What the arrogant fail to realize is that true respect is earned through humility, not dominance. Another consequence of arrogance is its impact on self-awareness. Arrogant individuals are often blind to their own flaws and weaknesses because they avoid introspection. This lack of self-awareness prevents them from addressing areas where they need improvement, leaving them stagnant. Moreover, their inflated self-perception makes them resistant to feedback, which is a crucial tool for personal and professional development. By rejecting opportunities for growth, they remain trapped in a cycle of mediocrity masked by self-delusion. Humility, on the other hand, is the antidote to arrogance. It is not about diminishing one's value, but about recognizing that there is always more to learn, achieve, and understand. A humble person approaches life with curiosity and openness, viewing others as sources of wisdom rather than competition. This mindset fosters collaboration, mutual respect, and deeper connections, creating an environment where everyone has the opportunity to grow. Arrogance also breeds isolation. When individuals elevate themselves above others, they create barriers that prevent meaningful relationships. Friends, colleagues, and family members may feel alienated by their condescension, leading to loneliness and a lack of support. By contrast, humility invites trust, cooperation, and understanding, strengthening bonds and fostering a sense of community. True strength lies not in projecting superiority, but in acknowledging one's limitations and striving to overcome them. Those who embrace humility understand that the pursuit of wisdom and excellence is a lifelong journey, one that requires learning from others and adapting to new challenges. Arrogance may provide the illusion of power, but humility is the foundation of true growth, resilience, and fulfillment. Lack of empathy, the barrier to connection and growth. Lack of empathy is a significant obstacle to building meaningful relationships, fostering understanding, and achieving personal growth. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is what binds us as human beings. It allows us to connect deeply, navigate social interactions, and cultivate compassion. When empathy is absent, individuals become isolated within their own perspectives, unable to appreciate or respond to the experiences of others. At its core, a lack of empathy stems from an inability or unwillingness to step outside one's own concerns. Such individuals often view the world through a lens of self-interest, dismissing the emotions, struggles, or perspectives of those around them. This self-centered outlook creates a barrier to connection, as it prevents them from relating to others on a deeper level. Relationships built on such a foundation are often shallow, transactional, and unsatisfying for both parties. In social settings, an absence of empathy manifests as indifference, insensitivity, or even cruelty. People who lack empathy may interrupt others, dismiss their feelings, or prioritize their own needs without regard for the impact on those around them. This behavior fosters resentment, mistrust, and conflict, as others feel undervalued and unheard. Over time, this erosion of trust weakens bonds, leaving the individual isolated and disconnected. The impact of empathy deficiency extends beyond personal relationships to professional and societal contexts. In workplaces, leaders who fail to empathize with their team's challenges often create toxic environments where employees feel unmotivated and unappreciated. Decisions made without considering the perspectives of others can lead to poor outcomes, reduced collaboration, and decreased morale. On a societal level, a lack of empathy contributes to division and inequality, as it perpetuates an us versus them mentality that undermines unity and progress. Lack of empathy also limits personal growth. Understanding others' emotions and experiences is a powerful tool for self-reflection and learning. When individuals dismiss this opportunity, they miss out on valuable lessons about human behavior, relationships, and the complexities of life. This narrow perspective confines them to their own limited experiences, hindering their ability to adapt, evolve, and thrive in an interconnected world. Furthermore, empathy plays a critical role in conflict resolution. Without it, disagreements often escalate as individuals focus solely on defending their position rather than seeking mutual understanding. A lack of empathy fuels stubbornness and hostility, making it nearly impossible to find common ground. In contrast, empathizing with others helps diffuse tension, foster compromise, and create solutions that benefit all parties involved. Developing empathy requires intentional effort, such as active listening, observing nonverbal cues, and genuinely seeking to understand others' perspectives. It involves setting aside one's own biases and being present in the moment, fully attuned to the feelings and needs of others. While this may require vulnerability and patience, the rewards are profound: deeper connections, greater understanding, and a more harmonious existence. By cultivating empathy, individuals unlock their potential to relate to others, navigate challenges with compassion, and contribute positively to the world around them. It is through empathy that we recognize our shared humanity and build bridges that lead to mutual respect and growth. Number 4, fear of change, the chain that binds growth. Fear of change is a powerful force that holds individuals back from reaching their full potential. It stems from a deep-seated desire for familiarity and control, which can feel comforting in the face of uncertainty. However, this fear creates a barrier to progress, leaving individuals stuck in routines and mindsets that no longer serve them. By resisting change, they miss out on opportunities for growth, improvement, and self-discovery. At its heart, fear of change is rooted in the human tendency to equate the unknown with risk or danger. This instinct, while useful in primitive times for survival, often works against personal development in modern life. Change involves stepping into unfamiliar territory, which can trigger feelings of vulnerability, discomfort, and insecurity. To avoid these emotions, people cling to what they know, even if it is unfulfilling or counterproductive. This resistance manifests in various ways, from staying in stagnant jobs and unfulfilling relationships to avoiding new ideas or perspectives. The comfort of routine often outweighs the potential benefits of change. However, this mindset comes at a cost. Over time, the refusal to adapt stifles creativity, prevents problem-solving, and limits exposure to the rich diversity of experiences life has to offer. Fear of change also inhibits decision-making. When faced with significant choices, individuals paralyzed by this fear may procrastinate or choose the path of least resistance, even if it leads to mediocrity. They may convince themselves that staying the same is safer or easier, but this often results in missed opportunities and lingering regrets. Beyond its personal effects, fear of change impacts relationships and professional environments. In relationships, a reluctance to grow or adapt can lead to resentment or stagnation. Partners may struggle to connect, as one or both parties refuse to embrace new challenges or perspectives. In workplaces, fear of change can stifle innovation. As individuals and organizations resist adopting new methods or technologies, this rigidity can lead to inefficiency, obsolescence, and missed opportunities for success. Breaking free from the fear of change requires courage and a shift in perspective. It begins with acknowledging that change is an inevitable part of life, one that often brings growth, resilience, and unexpected rewards. Rather than viewing change as a threat, It helps to see it as an opportunity for renewal and progress. Embracing this mindset allows individuals to face challenges with openness and optimism, rather than resistance. One effective way to overcome the fear of change is to take small, manageable steps toward adaptation. Rather than leaping into the unknown, individuals can gradually explore new opportunities, build confidence, and learn to trust their ability to navigate uncertainty. This process fosters resilience, as each successful step reinforces the belief that change can lead to positive outcomes. Fear of change may feel like a protective shield, but it is, in truth, a chain that restricts growth and fulfillment. By embracing change, individuals open themselves to the endless possibilities of life, learning to thrive amidst uncertainty and discover their true potential. Number 5. Talking more than listening. A barrier to understanding and growth. Talking more than listening is a habit that undermines communication, hinders relationships, and stifles personal development. While self-expression is important, the inability or unwillingness to listen creates a one-sided dynamic where meaningful exchange is lost. Genuine listening, by contrast, is the foundation of understanding, learning, and connection. Yet it is often overshadowed by the need to dominate conversations or assert one's opinions. At its core, talking more than listening stems from a desire to be heard and validated. Many individuals mistakenly equate speaking with control or intelligence, believing that dominating conversations projects authority or competence. However, this tendency often has the opposite effect, as it alienates others and reveals a lack of self-awareness. Conversations should be a balance, where all parties feel valued and understood, but excessive talking disrupts this equilibrium and turns dialogue into a monologue. One significant consequence of this habit is the erosion of relationships. When someone consistently prioritizes their voice over others, they convey a lack of interest or respect for others' thoughts and feelings. Over time, this can lead to frustration and disengagement, as people feel unheard or unimportant. Strong relationships are built on mutual understanding, which requires active listening and an open exchange of ideas. Talking excessively also limits one's ability to learn and grow. Each interaction is an opportunity to gain new perspectives, insights, and knowledge. However, those who dominate conversations often miss these opportunities, as they are more focused on expressing their own views than absorbing those of others. Listening opens the door to learning, but talking too much keeps it firmly shut. In professional settings, this habit can be particularly damaging. Leaders, colleagues, or team members who fail to listen create an environment where collaboration and innovation are stifled. Employees may hesitate to share ideas, concerns, or feedback if they feel their input will be ignored. Effective leaders understand the value of listening as a tool for empowerment, trust building, and problem solving. Without this skill, communication breaks down and progress becomes difficult. Talking more than listening also reflects a lack of self-discipline and emotional intelligence. Good listeners demonstrate patience, empathy, and the ability to prioritize others' needs over their own immediate desire to speak. They recognize that silence can be as powerful as words, creating space for others to share their thoughts and feelings. This fosters deeper connections and ensures that everyone's voice is heard. Overcoming this habit requires a conscious effort to shift focus from self-prospection to active listening. This involves giving others undivided attention, asking thoughtful questions, and responding in ways that show genuine engagement. It also means resisting the urge to interrupt or dominate the conversation, instead allowing space for dialogue to flow naturally. Understanding the nature of dialogue. Talking is a vital part of communication, but it is only one side of the coin. By learning to listen more and speak less, individuals can enhance their relationships, deepen their understanding, and unlock the full potential of meaningful interaction. Listening is not just a skill, it is a gift that fosters connection, growth, and mutual respect. The 6 signs: close-mindedness, constant blaming, arrogance, lack of empathy, fear of change, and talking more than listening, are not permanent flaws but opportunities for self-awareness and growth. Recognizing these behaviors in ourselves or others is the first step toward improvement. By embracing open-mindedness, accountability, humility, empathy, adaptability, and active listening, we unlock the potential for deeper connections, greater wisdom, and meaningful success. Thank you for reflecting on these ideas. May you approach life with a spirit of growth and understanding. Good luck on your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Stay inspired and determined.